Friday Night Football is brought to you by iwantsmart.com, local HVAC experts. Welcome to Friday Night Football on 13 WREX, your sports authority.
It's time for a Week 8 edition of Friday Night Football. A couple of playoff-bound Nick 10 teams are trying to stay in the conference title race, while some big Northern teams are fighting for a playoff spot. And Lena Winslow looks to stay perfect against an old rival. We're shocked it's Week 8 too.
Welcome to a Week 8 edition of Friday Night Football. I'm Derek Bain. He is Eric Graver. We're into the final weeks of the regular season with conference titles and playoff seeding on the line.
Yeah, and our game of the week features two Nick 10 contenders. They're looking to stay within striking distance of the league title.
Friday Night Football's Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Feldco.
Boylan and Guilford both coming into the game at 6-1, a game behind first place Belvedere North. Guilford without their starting quarterback Skylar Wolf due to injury, so Jackson Noakes takes his place, but a miscommunication early in the game leads to the pick for Santana English. Boylan head coach John Cacciatore liking that start, and later in the first, slow start for the scoring, but Connor Dennis with a nice throw on the move, hitting his running back Makai Glover in the end zone. And in the second quarter now, Boylan's right back in the end zone. Jamar Johnson there for the touchdown. The cheerleaders for Boylan, they're loving that out there. It was a cold one, but they're trying to stay warm. Jackson Noakes, he would have to leave the game too, so Guilford is down to their third string quarterback. That's the linebacker, Devion Black. He starts running, opening up the run game for Javon Jones. He's in the end zone. That's Guilford's first touchdown in the third quarter. They're not going down without a fight, finally giving those Guilford fans something to cheer for. But later on, it's a deflection, and it's picked off by Ryan Stark on the pick. And Boylan, they are close to putting this game away now, and they turn to one of their other playmakers. Rasheed Johnson's got the ball. He's going to take that all the way to the end zone, and Boylan pulls away and wins it 27-7.
Belvedere North trying to take another step toward its first outright conference title, taking on Harlem, who's rocking the pink uniforms. Belvedere North down 14-3 in the third quarter when they give it to Nico Bertolino, and he dives across for the touchdown, and it's 14-10. They're chipping away. The cheerleaders hoping they can complete that comeback, but Harlem on the next possession, they give the direct snap to DeAndre Young. Let him do the rest. That's a 69-yard touchdown run. He's in the foot race with Bertolino, but Young just gets there and dives across for the score to make it 21-10 Huskies. And Jeff Beck, the Belvedere North head coach, trying to draw up a little comeback. And how about Nico Bertolino again? He gets to the edge and he's got some speed. Turns on the burners. He's in for a score to make it a 21-17 game. Back and forth they go. But Harlem head coach Bob Moynihan, he's ready for his team to put this one away. Fourth quarter, North driving fourth and short, but the Harlem defense stands up tall, and the Huskies get the big win, 21-17. They're now playoff eligible. North and Boylan now tied for the conference lead.
What an upset win for the Huskies. And Hononegah, another Nick 10 action, looking to bounce back against winless Belvedere. First drive for the Indians, a little confusion on the snap. That doesn't stop Cole Warren on the keeper. Fakes out our cameraman. He gets all the way into the end zone. Indians up 7. They go into the first punt of the game now for the Bucks. And yeah, it was a little wet out there at all the games. And Bucks punter, he can't handle it. That's a turnover on downs. Hononegah's got the ball, and check out this catch coming up. Off the deflection, Luke Poppy able to set the Indians up for this play coming up, and it's going to be Cole Warren again on a play-action slant over the middle. Hits Cody Niebuhr, and the Indians, they roll and get back in the win column, 34-8.
Freeport and East facing off at Swanson Stadium, and East, yeah, they're coming out fired up in the rain, throwing the ball a little bit. Twain Phillips hits his man Jameer Williams, and he makes the grab down the sideline for the big gain, getting him into the red zone. And yeah, you got to celebrate after a nice catch like that. Setting up Javius Catlin. He takes it to the outside, turns the corner, and yeah, not many people that have hope of catching him there. He's in for the touchdown, and well, Eric, it was a good night to be the grill master out there.
It looks like a fun time for him.
Hanging out by the fire, staying warm. But the Freeport offense, well, the Pretzels get cooking. Xavion Sagner launches to Diedrich Macon for the 60-yard score. The Pretzels get the win, 42-18.
The final game in the Nick 10 tonight, a Rockford rivalry game between Auburn and Jefferson. Late in the first, Auburn looking to score their first points. Anthony Purefoy throws the ball to Spates. He's going to show off, but the Jayhawks, they're going to have a little bit of an answer. Joseph Alvarez. He's going to be looking to take the snap after showing off a little bit more for the Knights. Looks to pass, pulls it back once, still looking, but another pump fake, does what he does best, runs the ball in for the score. Jefferson cheerleaders, they were liking that, staying warm too, cheering on their Jayhawks. And Auburn with the ball now, and they're going to go back to the running game with Navion Jackson. He puts the Knights up as the team celebrates their big win. They're up 40-38 in the fourth quarter.
Wild game there. Now, we've had lots of good football so far. Still to come, we're going to head to the Big Northern Conference where Stillman Valley looks to seal up a share of the league title. We'll have more highlights when F&F returns right after the break.
You're watching Friday Night Football on Channel 13!
Stillman Valley remains the lone undefeated team in the Big Northern Conference. They can clinch at least a share of the title, while Rockford Lutheran is looking for that key fifth win for a playoff spot. The Cardinals and Crusaders clashing in Rockford. Tight game in the first half. Stillman Valley driving. They fumble the ball, and Eben Nitz hops on it for the Crusaders, making a nice turnover there. That sets up the offense with some good field position at the 18-yard line. A.J. Moore takes the handoff. He gets around and pushes his way in for the score. 18-yard touchdown. And this one's all tied up at 7 in the second quarter. Stillman Valley head coach Mike Lawler, he's talking to his squad, trying to get them to get something going here. Late in the first half, the Cards go to the kicking game. Joni Avendano boots home the nice field goal, giving them a 10-7 lead, and the defense stepping up. Porter Needs makes a nice INT on the sideline, helping Stillman Valley get the 23-14 win to remain undefeated.
Byron looking for its 7th straight win, taking on Dixon. In the first, Byron are going to use that run attack with Braden Knoll. Going to run it upfield. That's a big gain for Knoll until he's finally pushed out of bounds. The next play, we're going to be looking for Braden Smith, the Byron quarterback. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, and he's going to juke not once, but twice. And he's going to just keep going. What a run by him. Then students cheering on their team, fighting through the cold out there. It was a cold one out there. I mean, we were both out there for a while, Derek. Yeah, we know what it's like. And the Dukes with the ball now, and they're going to hand it off to Aiden Wiseman. Slips and falls on that slippery grass. Fans, they're trying to stay dry and warm too as the Tigers led the ball in the second quarter, and they hand it off. Jacob Ross, he's going to move the ball right forward on the goal line. Very next play now, Carson Ben. He's going to get the handoff, push through and score and run away with the ball game. The Tigers put the dagger in the Dukes with a 49-14 win.
Winnebago looking to become playoff eligible. They'd have to beat North Boone in Poplar Grove. They have a 14-point lead late in the second. Road team going for more. Alec Weevil looking for somebody. He finds Brandon Wiggin. And that's a touchdown. Nice grab on the sideline in the end zone, make it a 21-point lead. And the Vikings marching band, well, they're hoping their team can march right back into this game at home. The North Boone offense looking to make a play here in the third. Chandler Alderman slinging it to Julian Rodriguez for the first down deep in Indians territory. But just as the third quarter is coming to a close, first play of the fourth quarter here, Alderman looks to the air again, but Supreme Mohammed picks it off, and he is gone the other way. A 97-yard pick six for Supreme, capping off the impressive win on the road for the Indians. They're playoff eligible with the 41-12 win.
What a pick six to end that one. Genoa Kingston looking to bounce back from an overtime loss last week, taking on Rockford Christian. Mascot was trying to stay warm in that costume and pick this one up in the first. Cogs already up 7 in the run game. Genoa was the story tonight. Brody Angle making cuts, breaking tackles, setting the Cogs up. Next play, Trayvon Atterbury finds the hole, takes it down to the goal line, and then it's Peyton Meyer fighting his way in. The Cogs are trying to just keep that running game going. It's what kind of football you need on a Friday night like this. It's hard to put the ball in the air. They're up 14-0. The cheerleaders loving it despite that cold. Check this one out from Brody Angle, breaking tackles. Just gets every which way, ends up getting a face mask call. The Cogs, they would score again on the next play, and they go on to win it 44-6.
Now, we've had plenty of good football so far. We are not done yet. We head to the NUIC for some 8-man action. We'll have more highlights, plus our play of the week right after the break.
We don't mind a little rain. You're watching Friday Night Football on Channel 13.
Good football weather out there tonight. Lena Winslow looking to stay undefeated, hosting an old rival, Stockton. Starting with a rare sight from the Panthers, a turnover. Gage Dunker puts it on the turf. The Blackhawks recover, and head coach Matt Lightson hoping his team can take advantage. His offense doing just that. Carson McPeak threads a beauty to Parker Luke. He's got nothing but green grass ahead of him into the end zone. as the Stockton Blackhawks looking to pull the upset on the number 1 ranked Panthers, but they come right back. Gunnar Lobdell follows his blocks to daylight, and he runs right into your living room for the big gain. Here he comes with those nice pink jerseys on as well. The cheerleaders loving that. A few plays later, Lee Wynn running the counter to Jake Zeal. He stumbles his way into the end zone. Panthers cruise 52-8. They're still unbeaten.
In 8-man action, South Beloit hoping to get to the postseason, taking on Orangeville. The Sobos looking for a big start. They drive down the field, fueled by a big QB run from Caden Myers. That's going to set up an early touchdown for the Sobos. On the 2-point conversion, Myers hands it off to Leorance Koska to make it an 8-0 lead. South Beloit cheerleaders are loving it on senior night, and the Sobos are playoff bound with a big win, 58-22.
Amboy taking on Ackwen at Conley Field in Freeport. The Bulldogs aggressive in the second half, going for it on 4th down, and check out a beauty here from Aiden Wolf to Reed Pearson down the sideline for the big gain. The fans, they were staying warm with those blankets on at Conley Field. Ackwen here threatening to score. Wolf puts another one up in the air. Troy Anderson there for Amboy. He makes the pick. Clippers dominant on the ground too in this game as Amboy rolls with the 42-14 win. And we scoured the area looking for all the best action tonight. Only one can be our play of the week. We head back out to McChesney Park, where it's Harlem's DeAndre Young breaking off the 69-yard touchdown run. Huskies knock off first place Belvedere North to become playoff eligible. Huge win for them. Well, that's going to do it for our Week 8 edition. We got Week 9 next week, and then the playoff brackets come out next Saturday. Thanks for watching.